So in this seminar, the focus is how to prepare your CV, best practices, and how to handle Naukri, uploading CV, what needs to be considered, like resume headlines, key skills, plus how to handle HR calls. So what HRs ask, right? And many people, they don't know what exactly HR is asking because they follow industry standard conventions. So you may know, you may not know. So this session will help, addressing all those challenges. So before I begin this session, is there anything you want to say to me? So is there anything you expect from this session so that if it is not in my agenda, I will try to include that. Please feel free. So anything you like to hear from me, I will definitely cover my agenda. That's no doubt. So is there anything you like to hear from me?
Harry, I have one question.
Yeah.
See, in the market, we have so many types of jobs, just like AWS DevOps, AWS Platform Engineer, AWS Engineer, Cloud Engineer, like that. Means if we have completed only AWS course,
Right.
Your AWS course, then what kind of job roles we have to prefer?
Got it. Okay.
And when to go for, because we don't completely good background of programming, we don't have.
Fine. Anything else? Anybody want to add? How to? Yeah, definitely. That is covered. See, so to answer that question, the entire seminar is all about that. Yeah. Any specific things like this one? See, he said there are different job roles coming to AWS itself. AWS developer, AWS architect, AWS SysOps administrator, right? AWS DevOps engineer. There are different roles. So which one to pick? I will definitely cover. Anything else? Now.
It is a combination of e-commerce and then what needs to be managed.
Yeah, it is part of the agenda. I'll talk about that. See, first of all, so it is good to start with job roles. So yeah, that's a very good question. AWS is AWS, but in AWS, there are different job streams actually. AWS security engineer, AWS DevOps engineer, AWS cloud engineer, architect, SysOps admin, AWS developer. See, first of all, guys, AWS developer. So nowadays, people are applying for AWS developer without knowing. So AWS developer is a job role where you are responsible for building applications, web-based applications, mobile-based applications, these things. Remember, so the course we are covering, right? It is not AWS developer course. I repeat again, AWS developer means a guy who is going to develop web, mobile, or any application on AWS using AWS services such as Lambda, API gateway, front end could be React.js. This is what AWS developer is. And please, if you are AWS engineer, you're not a developer, AWS infrastructure engineer, or SysOps administrator, or architect, all three is relevant for you. So don't apply for AWS developer roles. It is not for you. It is only for a person who does application development. Clear? So you have to apply for engineer, SysOps, admin, architect. See, nowadays, usually architect means, in my early days, architect means a person having 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. We call them architects. But in cloud, right, if you have 2-3 years also, yeah, you are an architect, no doubt about that. Just a second. Yeah. So is this clear? Right. I hope this is clear. No, I'll go step by step better. So first of all, if you are applying for AWS jobs, don't apply for developer positions. Developer is completely different. Developer deals with different services. That is not covered in AWS architect course. That's not covered in SysOps administration and other basic practitioner AWS courses. Clear, right? Right. So coming to second one, see, when you prepare a resume, first of all, you figure out what skills you possess and what skills you are applying for, and mention the important skills. So what I noticed many times, let's say you did AWS solutions architect course, right? And generally what I have observed is they mention simple services like EC2, a security group, what is that? Databases, these things. So mention them, like mainly you should mention like this: storage, S3, EFS, right? EBS. Coming to compute, it could be EC2 and auto scaling, load balancers, application load balancers, these things, and identity access management. Okay. So then Route 53, everyone will not get opportunity to work on Route 53. You feel free to just mention, or you can skip on that Route 53 skills. And importantly, along with AWS services, right? Importantly, people miss mentioning Terraform. Let me add it here. So later I will share a PDF. PDF has everything. For my reference, I'm typing on this document. I don't think you should take this. So once the session is over, we will share that PDF having all the information I'm covering today. Yeah, I'll share that with you. So AWS key skills, IAM, EC2, right? S3, EFS, if you have used EFS, right? And EBS. You also please feel free to help me in including the right service names. Networking, yeah, VPC, subnets, right? And databases, especially RDS, it could be. So I'm not saying mention all the things I'm giving here. Okay. So if that is relevant, then only mention. So RDS is definitely used by everybody, but Redshift, right? It depends. If it is a data warehousing project, a big data analytics project, only then Redshift comes into picture. Otherwise, Redshift doesn't come into picture. So Redshift, SQS, SNS. See, at least I use them. Yeah, part of my job roles, SQS, SNS, anything else? Auto scaling.
Peering.
CloudWatch.
Of course. So CloudWatch. See, along with IAM is covered. See, along with the basic services you guys learn in the course, don't miss mentioning Terraform. Don't miss mentioning Python. Even though we are not application developers, as a cloud engineers or administrators, architects, we do certain automations using Python. We do, right? We are not developing applications. I mean, I'm sure, but we use it to automate our related stuff. Let's say I want to take periodic backups, right? Every 3 hours, I want to take EBS backups, or I want to take some manual RDS backups, right? So we need Python for that. So otherwise, I want to do auto tagging. See, companies follow a standard tagging mechanism. So each and every resource we create should have a standard tags like name of the application. Maybe the cost center ID. Cost center ID means that ID represents to whom the billing should be applied. Okay. So other important tags will be there. That should be mandatorily applied on each and every resource. So now how you automate that? You can write a Python script. So when EC2 is launched, this Python script will trigger and the Python script will automatically apply these tags. So such automations will be there. So do mention Python scripting along with AWS services. Terraform Python scripting is mandatory. Only then you can say, or you will have experience of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever years. So some people, they prepare resume, they post it in Naukri and they say, I'm not getting calls. You'll see those things, why people won't get calls, right? Okay.
Can be given for DevOps?
No, let me go with this one. If I mix DevOps, AWS, people will confuse. Okay. So let me first go with one standard format. Let's understand the complete end-to-end flow based on AWS. So once we got end-to-end flow, right? So that the skills we can easily switch in DevOps. That's fine. 1 second, let me get that item. Right. So that's about key skills, Terraform, Python, and anything else, all AWS services. This is what you should have in the resume. And don't duplicate service names. If I go and search for EC2, sometimes I find EC2 in 5 places, 6 places, 7 places in the same CV. Don't do that. So maybe once, twice is enough. Don't repeat that again and again, many times, like 5, 6 times, not good idea. Maybe 2 times is fine, right? Don't repeat those services multiple times in the resume. So why this happens, basically, people do copy, paste, and because of copy paste, the content is actually 10 lines. But because of copy paste, that 10-line content becomes 30 lines, 40 lines. So no use, right? Same content giving 20, 30 lines is not good idea. So you take a reference, okay? Don't do copy paste. Many people are doing this also. If I give one template with you, they'll just change name, phone number, and remaining they will leave as it is. That will be a problem. That will be a problem. 100%, that is going to be a problem. Don't use others' CVs just by changing name, phone, and email. Please don't do that. You will be in trouble, and the resume you're copying, that person also will be in trouble. What happens eventually when recruiters search, they will see same template again and again popping up in the search. Only name is changing, email is changing, and phone number is changing. Please don't do that. It will harm you. It will also harm the person's resume you're using to build yours. So don't do this one. Don't do it. I will eventually cover where to get resume templates. I will share a few sites, tools using which you can go and build your resume templates. Fine. Change your project names. Generally, if I see 10 resumes, out of 10, at least 8 will have same project name. This is also a problem. Change project names. So last seminar, I explained about a project. In that seminar, I explained one project of mine, which was done in 2008. Right. So, and there I mentioned there is no separate AWS projects. There are no separate DevOps project. There are no Java projects. If there is a Java project, for that Java project, probably cloud is there, DevOps is there, and other things also there. So my suggestion is get any project. Let it be a hospital project, let it be a college, but don't go for college-like projects. Get any project from your friend, from your relatives, from anybody. Get a project, at least get 6-7 lines of description about the project, but change the name. Be creative and change the name. If I give ABC as a project name, don't put ABC again. Okay, so understand the description. So based on the description, you figure out your way, your own project name. So why? Because no one will go and check in the company, is this name exists or not? No, no one will do that. So change your project names, please. So don't duplicate service names so that your resume will be precise. Or don't use other CVs and just changing names, email IDs, those things. And also change your project names. See, project can be anything. So again, there is nothing called this is Java, this is AWS, this is DevOps. You take any project. See, I'll tell a few things here. So last class, I explained you URES, right? URES. Correct. This was my project. And this project was done by me in 2008. Okay. And I did this in Java. Can't we deploy this on cloud? Can't we have DevOps to this? Of course, yes. Yeah. So change your project names. Keep your CV 1 or 2 pages. No one have time, no one have patience to go through 5 lines, 6 lines, 7 lines of your resume. So be up to the point, be precise, and mention all you want to mention in 1 or 2 pages. So nowadays, single page resume is the concept. Template will change, but what you want to specify. See, in a single page, you can pretty much tell what you are, what is your experience, what your key skills are, and what's the roles and responsibilities. That is what we want to present in the CV. So, so that is what we should mention in the CV. So keep it 1 or 2 pages. What else we have on this? Let me check the bullet points. So project, yeah. So block, okay, now these are the tips about your resume. So once your resume is there, the next part will be Naukri. Posting in Naukri. So when you post in the Naukri, okay, few things you must consider. For example, you are working for TCS. And TCS also might be recruiting. And you're also working in TCS. Would you like to apply to TCS again? No. So if you're from TCS and you're looking for a job, right, block that TCS. This is good idea. Why? Because so when anybody look for a change, they look silently without discussing with the team, managers, and everybody. So they don't tell anybody that he is looking for a change until he gets offered. And once they get offered, they tell I resign, but still they will not reveal which company they join. They maintain these details secret. But when you are applying for a job, right, if you're working for XYZ company, make sure your team members, your managers, they don't know that you're looking out for a job. Why? Because once they know you're looking out, the treatment will be little different. We are all human beings. So their egos will hurt. The treatment will be slightly different. Better keep it confidential. And once you get job, right, better keep the company name also confidential. Generally, people will not ask, assuming we will not tell. So maintain that information secret. So block your current company. Fine. Number two, upload CV. Of course, you will do this one. You will upload CV. The CV will briefly contain your experience summary, key skills, roles, responsibilities, your education, projects, those things will be there. Upload CV. And there are important things you should consider while uploading to Naukri. People assume, people misunderstand everything is in CV. Naukri will take care. No, Naukri. So when a recruiter search for profiles in Naukri saying, I want 3 to 6 years experience, AWS, Terraform, Python as a skills. What happens? Will Naukri go and search your resume and see, do you have those skills? No, Naukri will not do that. So in the Naukri, you must update key skills. Update key skills in Naukri. Many people miss this and complain there are no calls. So some people get a lot of calls, some people seldom get calls. Why? Mainly a couple of things. So key skills you must mention again, like if your profile is AWS, you must have Terraform. Let's say you have 3 years, and Python, let's say 3 years, AWS 3 years. For example, I'm giving, and Linux 3 years. So don't miss these things. Terraform is a primary key. Python is a primary key, and AWS, few services you can mention like IAM, RDS, S3, those things you can mention, but first two and the fourth one plays an important role in shortlisting or in getting calls. So the PDF I shared that has detailed information on what kind of skills you have to mention. So, and next important aspect in Naukri, resume headline. This is also important. So when recruiters search in Naukri, the first thing they see is your resume headline. So resume headline will tell what you are. Only then they may download your CV and then they contact you. Otherwise, they will not download, they will not contact. If resume headline says, I'm AWS engineer, simply, that may not impress the recruiter. So resume headline is also important. Let it be 3 lines, 4 lines, 2 lines, and it should completely tell what you are. But if they need details, right, they will go into your resume and check details. So if your resume headline itself is not good, maybe your resume is wonderful, but resume headline is not good and key skills are not updated correctly, your CV will never fall in the eyes of recruiters. Right? Right. So the suggestion I give you is, for example, you are AWS architect. The best suggestion I can give you, you can do these things by yourself without needing help from others. Use ChatGPT. Utilize this guy. So it gave me in one line. This is also precise. If you need 2 lines or 3 lines, you can ask to add 2 more lines. So now, right, you just take these 2, but DevOps is not really, now I'm only talking about AWS. So take this, or you can also do regenerate. It will give different headlines when you do regenerate. So take 3-4 points, keep it in a notepad. So slightly make changes, keep it precise, and update that in your resume headline. So there is one sample resume headline given in the PDF I shared, but again, please don't copy paste the same so that you are also will be in trouble. So at least change phrases, change grammar, change words. So at least that will be good. So I think coming to Naukri, block your company, upload your CV, update key skills, and also add project details like project name, from date, to date, those things. And coming to project details, how many projects you have to mention? 1, 2, 3. To be honest, it could be 1 also. So there are employees working in same company, same project for 10 years, 20 years also. The number of years doesn't mean they work in number of projects, okay? It all depends. This was covered in last seminar, right? So you may have 5 years experience, 10 years experience still. You may have experience on only 1 project. So feel free, you can go with 1 project, 2 projects. So number of projects is nothing to do with your shortlisting. No. So roles, responsibilities, key skills, your expertise, that is what important for getting calls, not number of projects. And in Naukri, you mentioned start end date. But in the CV, I recommend don't put dates, just leave it with name, description, maybe skills, tools, whatever. So if you put start end date, if you're putting start end date, you remember it. Otherwise, it will be a problem. Let's say your start date is 2020 June. End date is 2022 October. And when interviewer asks you, when did you join this project? Instead of June 2020, you said Jan 2020. That also becomes a problem. So that's the reason in Naukri you update. Why? Because the interviewer will not go and see your Naukri account anyways. In the Naukri, you can mention about it, but the CV, don't mention start and end dates. But if you wish to mention, remember exactly start and end dates. So with this, I think the Naukri part is over. And see, slight changes in the key skills along with technical skills. Do mention Agile, Scrum. All projects nowadays, almost all projects work in Scrum, Agile. Do mention tools like Jira, which is project management tool. So means, right, you get task using a tool like Jira. So in Jira, the product owners or the business analysts, they will create stories, or architects, they will create user stories. And when a new sprint begins, they bring the high priority stories into that current sprint. Okay. And then they assign these tasks to appropriate team members. So how you get tasks, right? Mostly if you're using Jira, in the Jira, they will put your name against the task you get a mail saying this task is assigned for you. This is how the assignment happens. So please don't put pure technical things in the resume. Put like Agile, Scrum, Jira, right? And also mention troubleshooting skills, communicating with clients, other team members. Do mention this. Okay. So this is about posting stuff in Naukri. So once your CV is ready, you had a proper CV, you deployed your profile in Naukri. What next? Few more points in Naukri. You can search in Naukri. You can apply jobs in Naukri. Okay. Search and apply in Naukri. People first they will upload and they will forget, right? So in Naukri, you can search for jobs, and when you search for jobs, right, there will be a button saying apply. So when you click apply, your resume directly goes to that recruiter. So you do that also. So search if that job, the job description, roles, responsibilities matching your skills, right? Apply. So please do this every day. You apply these things. So apply in the Naukri. That's one thing. You will receive emails. So recruiters, first of all, what they do, they may not directly call you. First, they will send an email saying, we found your resume in Naukri for so-and-so position, and they'll ask you questions. You must reply that mail by giving those details. So once you reply, then they will make a decision. Let's say they'll ask you certain details like CTC, expected CTC, which I cover in next section today. But such details you must fill and reply back. So you must do all these things. It is not like uploading CV in the Naukri and forgetting. No, upload it, apply in the Naukri every day, right? And also check your mails. If there is any mails coming from Naukri or recruiters, reply them. Anything else pending from Naukri side? Right. So resume preparation, that is part one. Posting your resume, your profile in Naukri, that is part two. And what is next part? Attending, handling HR calls. Many people fail here. I mean, they can fail in resume, they can fail in Naukri, they also can fail in handling HR calls. So if you fail anywhere, you will not have scheduled interviews. Got it? You must take care all three phases I'm saying here. Resume preparation should be good, and Naukri profile creation should be good, right? And also handling HR calls should be good. Some people, they don't get calls at all. Then they must check their Naukri and they must check the resume. Two things. Some people get calls, but they will not schedule interviews. Means, and resume is good. Naukri also they updated properly, but they are doing some mistake while handling HR calls. Number one, they will ask you basic details, right? What is your experience? What do you answer? 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Let's say my experience is 10 years. And they may ask, what is relevant experience in AWS? See, 10 years, maybe 5 years I was in Java, 5 years I'm into AWS and DevOps. So what should be my answer here? 5 years. 5 years. Then got it, right? Your overall may be 10, but the experience into AWS may be 3 or 4. So relevant should be that number of years. But your salary will be decided based on this only. Don't worry. The salary is based on the overall experience, not on the relevant experience, right? And they will ask, what is your current CTC? What is that? What is CTC? Cost to the company. So, okay, they're asking your salary per annum. They will not ask you what is your salary per annum. They will ask you what is CTC. What is the answer? Let's say 10 lakhs per annum, whatever, 8 lakhs, 5 lakhs, whatever your current CTC is, that you must mention. So is there variable pay? What is that variable component? Some companies have fixed component, variable component. For example, I work for IBM. My CTC is 8 lakhs. And out of 8, 10% is variable. This variable component depends on company. IBM has it. HCL has it. Many companies have this. Most of the companies have this variable component. So, I mean, let's say my CTC is 8 lakhs and 10% is variable. What is that? So if the question is there variable component? Tell them yes, 5% is the variable component or 10% is the variable component. Otherwise, tell them I don't have any variable component. Everything is fixed. Depends on that. If I'm working for IBM, let's say I have variable component, right? So this depends. And Sunil, can you go on? Fine. So any questions on this CTC?
What will your annual bonus that comes into variable or?
That is separate. Variable is separate, bonus is separate. That you can explicitly mention if company is giving you bonus. Some companies give shares.
But in case we don't know what is the bonus structure and how much it will come.
See, simple point is, if you are working, definitely you'll have all the details, what company is offering you.
So just for an example, like TCS, what they do, or Infosys, what they do, they give bonuses after 3 months or 6 months. And that depends upon the profit or anything on that quarter. So
Understood.
maybe an employee who gets 7 lakhs can get 25,000 bonus as well, or maybe sometimes 50,000 bonus as well.
Yeah. So convey the same. We have bonus, but it depends on company's performance. But that will not come in CTC. Only variable comes in the CTC. Bonus, right? See, why they ask CTC, variable, all that? Based on that, they decide your expected CTC. See, and again, don't copy paste my same template. Don't start saying 10% variable, 10% variable. If you have variable, then say you have variable. And let's say working through a consultancy, consultancies may not give variable and everything will be fixed. Yeah. Then they ask, what is your expected or expected CTC? Again, right? Salary, don't say in month. Don't say I draw 60,000 per month. No. So that may give a wrong impression on you. So you must always speak in per annum. So what is your expected CTC? You can say 30%, right? Or 40%, 50%. Even you can ask for 100%. Depends on you, your current salary, expected salary.
when I was discussing with my friends, they also suggested me tell them as per industry standards. So, you have 2 years of experience in AWS.
Ah,
What we can expect as in industry standards?
okay, I will help you. I can help you. So if your question itself is, if, I mean, what is the average salary of 3 years, 4 years, AWS engineer, okay? I can help you. Yes, yes, I will share. Sunil, I will share. See, whatever I'm talking now, I will share this PDF. For our students, definitely you get it in our WhatsApp group. I'll share it. So outsiders, they're connecting us through a WhatsApp bot. In the same WhatsApp bot, I will share this PDF with them. Okay, don't worry, we'll get that. Or, I mean, if you didn't join through the WhatsApp messages from us, feel free to check our Instagram profile. So today, before evening, these details will be posted in Instagram also. So you asked something, I missed it. Okay, average salary. What is average salary? What is the average salary of 3 or 4 years? Okay. It ranges from 6 lakhs to 12, even more. So something between 6 and 12. So I know people with 4.5 drawing 18 lakhs, 5.5 drawing 21 lakhs, 6 years with 24 lakhs, right? So now in recession, be careful choosing this, because cost cutting is happening in the industry. If you quote high, they will drop you immediately. Okay. So if you are, I mean, if job is primary, you have to compromise on the CTC part and expected CTC part. Okay. So that's the average. So that 12, right? 6 is most of the people get. 12 is maybe 10%, 15% of people get, but they do get based on their skills and confidence levels, and also how they negotiate.
Before that, we doesn't check the company, about the company details.
Why not? Yes, yes, yes. So what is your notice period? Some people are saying, I will join this Friday, next week. Or they're saying, yesterday is my last working day. You must be a bit careful with that. Okay. So usually maintain 30 days. 30 days is what you should maintain. If you say 2 months, 3 months, again, that's a problem. Maybe your company notice period is 3 months, of course. But let's say you're working for Capgemini. Capgemini has 3 months notice. And option 1, resign and start looking for a job, which is a risky step. Option 2, don't resign, but with recruiters, tell them 45 days, 60, you know that it is 90 days, you know that. But if you say 90 days, recruiter will not be happy. They also give you lots of false information. Don't worry about that. Okay. So it is your job. You should be a bit tactful. Okay. Sometimes give wrong information. That's absolutely fine. I don't care whoever minds about this statement, but feel free. Like you can say 2 months notice. Why? Because once you apply for a job, it takes at least 1-2 weeks to settle, to receive calls, to get into the flow of attending interviews. So get the first offer, right? Saying 45 days I will join, or 60 days I will join. But of course, your actual notice is 90 days. Get the first offer, now resign, and start working on your second offer. Parallelly, after you resign, right, you also can speak to your management negotiating on the notice period. So TCS strictly will not give any exemption. They are very strict. They're okay to give you salary without work also. But some companies, they may come down and say, yes, we will relieve you in 20 days or 30 days, 40 days. That is possible. But if your notice is 90 days, don't say 90 days. In the Naukri also, don't update 90 days, maybe 45 days or 60 days. This is what you have to maintain. But average 30 days. The biggest culprit, this guy. Confidence. How many of you are confident? Can you raise your hands? Oh, only, 5 people raised, but I noticed only 2 people are confident. So, not only saying that you're confident, you have to show your confidence. So one person lifted half hand, which means what? He's not confident. He's half confident. One person lifted full hand, he's very confident. And other person has seen his face, is also looking confident, okay? So confidence is not you explain. Confidence is what you show, right? So practice this. Not only AWS, Terraform, Python practice. You also should practice your how to look confident, how to speak confident. That's important. Okay. So yesterday, our old student, one lady came. I will not take the name, but she was asking, I don't know, sir. Technically, I always worry, but I'm surviving. I don't know how. I told her, I know her since 3-4 years. I told her, I don't know about your technical skills, but I'm 100% sure you're surviving because of your communication and confidence levels. So to survive in an industry, right? Confidence is very important. And you must be interactive. Okay, people are even I don't like to trouble people asking questions. I always keep quiet. Here I have to speak, I'm speaking. But when I have one-to-one conversation, when I'm speaking in a group, social group, right? So I'm always hesitant. I speak very less, assuming I should not trouble them. I should not interrupt them. But in IT, you should not be like that. So you must be talkative, right? You talk non-technical also, but be talkative. Only then your name will pop up in everyone's mind. That is how you get promotions, not based on your work. Promotions are not based on your work. Promotions are based on how you expose your work. So some people work hard, 10 hours, sincerely they work, they finish everything, good, but they will not get recognition. Why?
They won't show.
They won't show. But IT, work should be 10%, show off should be 100%. So when I was in IBM, there was a person, Java guy, but he's not technically good. He made one small if condition change. And in the meetings, he used to say, I totally changed the framework. So you should be like that. People may recognize you that you're doing a show, but still, right, that will definitely help. That will be in favor of you. That's important. So I think this is what I want to cover part of this seminar. Couple of things. Thanks for bringing it up. Please take job description. For short, we call it JD. Use jargons like JD, CTC, expected CTC, notice. You must use that. Ask for this. Recruiter know what is JD. What is JD? Job description. So JD tells what is the job and what skills they are looking for that particular position. So job description will allow you to assess yourself. Is this job relevant for you or not? See, if you attend an irrelevant job, one benefit is you will learn something new. Second benefit is they will not select. Why? Because let's say your job profile is AWS administrator and you applied that, they shortlisted you for AWS developer. They will ask lots of Python questions and you'll be disappointed and demotivated, assuming I couldn't answer anything in Python. So always make sure you are applying for right jobs. You apply, but make sure when you go on to the interview, right? Make sure that job is for you. So always ask for job description. So only when you do all these things, right, recruiters will have some confidence on you. Otherwise, so you should not just listen what recruiters say. You also should speak in reverse to them. They take their information. You should take your information. Let's say you want to know what is that company, how many people are working in the company, when it was started, what is their primary business sectors. Those things you can definitely ask. So when you ask such questions, right? So the chances of taking you to the interview will increase. So the other person will think, okay, this guy is very serious about the job and maybe he's technically good. That's the reason he or she is asking these questions. When it was established, company size, can ask these things. Anything else? So if you have certification, please add that. Let's say you are AWS certified practitioner, AWS certified associate architect, a professional architect, or your Kubernetes certified, any certification you have, right? Put that icon in the top of the resume. And also mention this in Naukri. Certifications add value. That gives preference. That will not give you a job, but that gives you a preference. So anything else? Okay. So I'm just taking one of our students' account with me. I never navigated Naukri recently. Let me see that one. There. Click on this view and update profile. And if you see this, see this one, name a DevOps engineer at Wipro. If you have DevOps, AWS both, you can say DevOps and AWS engineer at Wipro. So if you're directly working for MNCs, better highlight that. If you're working for a small consultancy, is better ignore that. So you can simply say DevOps engineer. And the resume comes here. This is where you update your or upload your resume. One more important point. So make changes to Naukri every day. Means maybe you change, you remove one character, add one more character and update it. The reason being recruiters search based on recent updates. So whoever made updates recently, those resumes will come in the top. So that's why many job seekers daily, they open Naukri, they update something so that it shows up in the results in the top. That's also one more important point. Make note of that. So resume headline. See this one. So working on AWS cloud platform and DevOps engineer, having expertise in automation using Jenkins, Ansible, Python, right? CI/CD, setting up, monitoring, troubleshooting. See that Terraform, the key that not EC2, not EBS, those things should not come here. The primary skills should come here. Python, Linux, right? Terraform. So such things should come up here. Like if you are having AWS DevOps, both your Kubernetes skills should come up here. Docker skills should come up here, and Jenkins. So that should reflect in the resume. So when they search, right, in the search result, they will basically see this one, followed by your resume headline. If resume headline is good, only then they go to CV, they check your CV, they download, then they start connecting with you. Otherwise, they will not. And here, key skills. See this.
These are the hashtags.
Huh?
Hashtags.
So Jenkins, CI/CD, Terraform, Ansible, AWS Lambda, right? Python scripting, Kubernetes, Docker. You can add more, but make sure the important skills are there. So when recruiters search, the search is happening based on this. Okay. Once search happens based on this, they look at your resume headline. And if that is impressive, then only they will go and check your resume. Then they contact you based on that details. If your skills are missing, obviously you will not get calls. So this is important. Resume headline, even resume is important. And after that, I told you, right? There is other things like CTC, expected CTC, variable, fixed, right? Those things you must be prepared and use terminologies, jargons. Don't say my salary is this. Say my CTC is this. Don't say, okay, you can say expected, but generally use my expected CTC is this much. My notice is 30 days, or notice is 40 days. So use those jargons. And finally, there are tools available in the market for building your resumes. So we use Canva. Canva is, but we got licensed one. For you, maybe getting a licensed one may not be feasible, but for our students, we are doing it for free. So once you finish your course, right, if you come here, yeah, we will help you building your resumes using Canva. There is a subscription. Per annum subscription is there. I think it's 4,000 or 5,000 per annum. So let's say you have 5 people, 10 people, you can club, you can share that 3,000, 4,000, whatever you wish. Buy this. Maybe I'm not sure they gave 1 month subscription. I'm not sure about that, but I bought 1 year subscription. Get it. Nice templates are there. Use it. Build your resume. Maybe 5 people, 10 people can share that. For our students, we will give this access. Don't worry about it. But I'm talking about the others who don't have access to us, right? So that's one option. So here I will quickly show how to get started. See, in this Canva, you can click on create design. So here, right, in the search, resume. So when you click on that, you'll get the palette where you can build your resume, and left-hand side, see this one, templates. So take some time, walk through all the templates and pick one template out of this. Let's say I pick this one. It saves lots of time. For example, right? My contact information, my mail ID, address, other things. Here, like resume headline. That's that same profile summary you can put. So I can put like this, I'm having 16 or 15 years of experience onto AWS cloud, where I was designing, implementing, like that. So that such profile summary I can put here. And the experience, let's say currently I'm working for ABC company, that company name, sorry, the title, let's say I'm senior architect there, I can put the title as senior architect. For you, you can put, let's say you're 3 years, 4 years, you can put DevOps engineer if you only have DevOps, or AWS engineer if you have only AWS, if you have both AWS and DevOps engineer as a title. So company, location, duration, and briefly a project and the key points. If you have two, what is that? Companies, put this here. Second company and this one. Let's say you have only one, take out this template, right? And this extent, you can add all your skills, like you can put things like I involved in creating design documents, I involved in creating architectural diagrams. So eventually, effectively communicating with clients or mentoring team, such things can come into this place. So I prefer one single page, but if you want, let's say everything is not fitting into single page, create one more page and add the skills over there. Finally, this is also important. So when you get your resume, follow conventions. Many people I see resume 1.doc, resume 2.doc, something like that. So name also. See, you must improve everywhere. See, if I send my resume, do you know how I send my resume? Like this. AWS, DevOps, architect, $16, for example. So, see, I will download and show this. So maintain such file names, okay? The moment recruiters see, without opening this resume, they know whose resume is this. Even you can add your name. Makes sense, right? See, they know whose resume is that, and they know what is his experience, what is his primary skills, everything in that file name itself. Please maintain such things. For freshers, I recommend like this. Let's say you are BTech 2023 CSC or electronics, whatever, and you did course on Java, like this, BTech 23. So that CSC, I don't think so. You avoid it. Better you say BTech, year of pass out, the training you did, Java, AWS, DevOps, anything, plus your name. So when someone attach 10 resumes and send to a recruiter, this will outstand from that, right? Obviously, if they see resume 1, resume 2, resume 3, and out of that one they see like this, obviously the eyes will go on that. Fine. So that's all from my side. If you have questions, I will share that better. See, along with PDF. Resume templates, correct. LinkedIn, yes, of course. You can do that. But like professional people will have accounts in LinkedIn. If you're a fresher, better avoid that. See, freshers, you can put, but I don't want to say that word now. So if you are new to the industry, better don't go into LinkedIn now. Depend on Naukri. Just a second, last thing. So all of you online, especially, I'm sharing my Instagram link in the chat window. There I will be posting all the materials today. Hold on, just a minute. So not only this, just follow so that any material we post will be notified. We are sharing lots. See, this is live seminar. We have certain materials we prepared without a live seminar. So those materials will be posted in Instagram and mainly LinkedIn pages. Follow the pages so that you won't miss those free materials. Thank you. No questions, we can wrap up this. For DevOps key skills, Kubernetes, Docker, Jenkins, Linux. These are the key skills. Along with that, Wish, Ansible. That we will add it part of the CV. So when you prepare your CV, we will take care of that. You need that roles and responsibilities, right? Correct.
So, like that, industry for DevOps also, there are many restrictions like this is purely developer based.
And nothing like that. So you may sometimes hear SRE, Site Reliability Engineer. So SRE, their main focus will be on production environment, like monitoring any incidents coming into the prod, taking care of those incidents. SRE is a flavor, like I could say, it's a brother to DevOps. In DevOps also we do monitoring all that, but SRE main focus will be production to maintain that site with reliability, availability, and any issues, they will incidentally react and fix. That's what SRE is for. Yeah. So if someone is reaching you for SRE, double check with them. So why? Because we are learning DevOps. SRE is not completely different, right? If you know DevOps, it is just a little extension to your DevOps skills. Okay, self-introduction. We have templates. Let me find if I have that right now on my laptop. Can you share that? Just give me a minute. I'm bringing that template. Yeah, feel free to ask a few more questions. I have some time. I can help you.
Sir.
Someone is new today in the session. We conduct similar seminars twice in a month. The plan, this is the second seminar, right? Next one will be after next week. There'll be one more, but the topic will be decided. Yeah, if you want to get all those updates, just be active in our Insta account. We'll be posting everything over there. Hold on.
Sir.
Yeah, 1 second. Please go ahead.
Sir, will you conduct any sessions on interview skills?
Interview means specifically what?
Sir, I mean to say that we attend interview pretending to be an experienced guys, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so there will be a difference between. So when you are new to the IT industry, they will be asking some real-time questions and all, like day-to-day responsibilities, and they will test our experience, right? So how to cover all those things, like.
So do one thing.
Okay.
So you send those points to me, or you
Okay.
can send it to our team. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Have I mean, you have, do you have our number?
Yeah, I'm your student, sir.
Okay, then yeah, share those points to our front office. One day definitely we will arrange a seminar on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, one more question. There are the roles like AWS admin and all. Usually people say that if you apply to admin roles, you can survive easily. So you will be having too much hectic work. You can survive easily. It will not be hard when you enter IT industry newly.
No, nothing like that. See, nothing like that. See, one more thing I want to say. You may be joining with 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever they want to give you, they will give you.
Okay.
Okay, it is not based on, they will never check your resume after you hire.
Okay.
They will simply give you tasks they have.
Okay.
They will not say, hey, no, this task is not for you. They will never say that. Even though you don't have skills, right? That task can come to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hold on, I'm pulling out roles and responsibilities document. Got it. See this? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, sir.
So we have templates prepared. Like when the interview begins, first question is, why can't you introduce yourself? That is the first question. And this is how it should be. It should include your name. If you have very good degree, include that. So if you have BCom, BSc, better avoid mentioning that. If you have MSc, MCA, MTech, BE, better highlight that. I'm not saying BCom is bad, but better. And then the few points, like what you do, what your job roles are. Don't tell I create EC2. That's not your job role, okay? So managing infrastructure, working with Terraform, troubleshooting issues, maybe collaborating with dev test teams, correct? And working on Jira tasks, fine. Attending stand-ups, giving my updates. If team helps, I mean, if team needs my help, helping the team. And sometimes we need to have meetings with other members, other team members. So scheduling meetings, connecting with them, getting the information we want. So there is a template with us. If you see this, we mentioned about 7, 8 points here.
Okay.
And again, there is a second template. Again, there's a third template, fourth template, all that. So we will be posting them again, say, Insta, pick it from there.
Okay.
So all these materials, whatever you asked me right today, this template we will post. And today's seminar PDF is ready. We have it. We will post that these two is enough, right, for you?
Okay.
Do you need recording of the session?
Yeah, I will ask them in the office.
Yes. If yes, we will keep that also.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Bye.